Hello again everyone, it's me, MadameMacabre. Welcome back to another video with your local spooky internet auntie. So as those of you who've been following me for a while probably know, I have started dabbling in teaching tarot on this channel, so I thought something else that could be fun to do beyond just talking about the meanings behind the cards themselves would be possibly offering some readings. Now, obviously I can't do a full-on spread like you would get with a private personal reading. It just doesn't work that way without me knowing anything about you who are watching and there being so many of you. But what we can do is something that's a whole lot of fun and very simple, a pick a card reading, if you will, which is just 3 cards and much simpler and more generally applicable to more people getting a reading at once. So those of you who also follow me on Twitter may have noticed that I've started doing this there as well, calling it Tarot Tuesdays. Well, that's a lot of fun and people seem to have been really enjoying it, but the problem with Twitter is that it forces you to keep your character count very short, so you really can't get all that into the card and its meaning. You gotta just smash it down to the bare essentials to make it fit. So I thought it would be fun that along with these Tarot Tuesdays short blurb readings on Twitter, I would take that same reading, that same card, so if you picked your card there, you can come to this video next, and then you can get a fuller, more in-depth reading. Or if you haven't followed me on Twitter and you just want the full reading, you can get it here. They will be the same spreads, the same cards. I'm just gonna delve a little bit deeper the next day. Okay, so with that out of the way, for those of you who think it would be fun to play along with our reading game, now I'm going to share some very simple instructions to get started. So here we have 3 cards all face down. Now what I need you to do is see if there's one particular card that you feel drawn to. Trust your gut, go with your base instinct. The first one will be your card. Now that you have your card, we're going to move on to cracking open what they mean for you. As you see, the cards are now all face up. And going from 1 to 3, we have the Ace of Wands in reverse. Number 2 is the 9 of Cups. And number 3 is Strength. Now let's see what each of these cards mean. Now, the Ace of Wands is usually a card that speaks to creative energy and motivation and productivity. However, since the card is in reverse, in this case it's going to be speaking on a blockage in these areas. As of right now, you may be finding yourself confused as to what it is you really want with your life. You could be feeling that you are completely lacking a proper sense of direction. Feeling like you are drifting aimlessly is exhausting, so you may be feeling tired, completely drained, and honestly lacking in any sort of motivation. You've probably asked yourself more than once, what am I doing with my life? Is this what I'm really happy with? Is this what I want? Perhaps you're even questioning if going somewhere else or doing something else would be better for you, even if on paper what you have is really good. The problem with this right now is that you are hazy, you're lost, you're not sure what it is you want, so it's dangerous to jump to conclusions and make big life-changing decisions when you're not quite sure what the best thing is. What you need most right now is clarity. You need to sit down and really think about what things matter the most to you right now. What do you value? What is what you are truly passionate about? Perhaps you've got opportunities waiting for you somewhere and you're thinking about taking them, but something's holding you back because, is this new thing really what I want? Should I do it? And again, you really need to think over what is important to you because there's no point in starting a brand new project, a brand new big goal if you don't have your heart in it and there's no real motivation to chase it. Now, another interpretation of this card could also mean that perhaps you do actually know what it is that is important to you. You do know what you want to be doing in your life, but you can't because you are so bogged down with other responsibilities and other things that you must do that there is no time or energy left to pursue that thing that makes you truly happy. Now's the time to really think over all these responsibilities. Are all of them things that you have to do? Have you maybe volunteered to do things that you didn't really want to? Or are you overexerting yourself out of a sense of guilt, but you don't need to be doing all these things? If there are things that this is the case, perhaps do yourself a favor and cut back on them so you have more time for the things that really matter to you. And of course, there are people who will be in a situation where no, they cannot cut any of these responsibilities, it just must be done. In that case, Your best option is to try your best to work out a time where you can just take a break and relax and recharge. Break out of this restricting routine so you have time for that creative energy and that passion to breathe. And the last thing that this card could also speak to is that you want desperately to start something, a new chapter, a new project, something new that you are passionate about, but you are stuck waiting on something, and you are getting so very impatient because you just want to get started, but you can't, and it's sometimes not even in your own control. But this card is telling you that you need to have patience because timing is important. If you want this to really work, be patient and wait for the perfect opportunity. Alright, I hope that fit you guys who chose card number 1. Let me know in the comments below how it fits you. Now let's move on to card number 2. Card number 2 is always an exciting card to get in one of your spreads. The 9 of Cups is sometimes known by readers as the Wish card, a card that speaks of wishes granted, things you've been waiting for working out, and great satisfaction. You have likely been working yourself to the bone, trying to get something to work out for the better. Well, this card tells you that it is just around the corner, or you are just beginning that new chapter. You have worked so hard to get here that you deserve to be able to lay back and relax for a moment and enjoy all the good things coming your way. Don't feel guilty about enjoying what you've earned. Take this time to appreciate it because life always moves in cycles. There's ups and there are downs. So if you know there's going to be downs eventually down the line, at least allow yourself to cherish and savor when things are going good. This card also encourages you to, for lack of better words, treat yourself. There is nothing wrong with occasionally treating yourself to something nice and relaxing, or dare I say it, even luxurious. You've been working yourself super hard, and it is time to take a moment to care for yourself, whether it be through some material thing or some emotional thing. Your soul needs a moment to rest and be cared for. So if you have been going through hard times recently, or you've been working on a project, perhaps you've had a relationship on the ropes that you've been working to get back in good health, this card is a sign that the thing you have been striving for is coming together, and now is the time to celebrate and enjoy it. Okay, so that is it for our second card. Time to move on to the third and final card, which for today is Strength. Now, strength is obviously a powerful card, but when we think of strength, oftentimes our brain immediately goes to acts of brute force, of aggression, but there's more to strength than that. Strength is also compassion and patience. The card Strength often depicts a woman with a ferocious lion. She is not afraid of this deadly beast. She is bravely helping it. She's not fighting it. She's not defeating it. She's aiding it with compassion. This is the kind of strength that this card is telling you to keep in mind. Not just physical strength, but strength of the human spirit to overcome and to be kind while doing so. With this card, perhaps right now in your life, you are dealing with a series of obstacles, and they can be very frustrating and very tiring. This card is telling you not to give up, to be brave, to be strong, and to take these challenges head on, but to also keep in mind that you need to also have compassion and patience in your heart. You want to be calm. You want to be a leader. You want to be that calm in the storm that others look to. That's going to get you through these obstacles without it turning into a big mess and having other consequences you would have otherwise had to deal with. With this card, you are either somebody who is embodying this strength in what you're going through right now, and it's telling you this is good, it's encouraging you, that's going to get you through it, or you are just now facing these obstacles and you're scared, and this card is telling you, have strength. These are the things you need to do to get through this, and you will. Alright, well, that makes 3 for 3. That's all we have for today's Pick a Card reading. Please feel free to share down below if your card fit you at all. I would love to hear back from you guys. And again, keep in mind that with tarot, The cards are not your fate. The cards just give you advice and suggestions. At the end of the day, it is up to you to decide whether or not you're going to listen to the advice they give. Your actions are ultimately what decide your own destiny. Alright, you guys, that's all I've got for today's special little video. If you enjoyed this, perhaps I'll keep it up and do more of these weekly little pick-a-card readings. Alright, I will catch you all next time, and until then, remember, as always, stay creepy.